Hello, welcome to Who Dinks Wins from the Special Pickleball Service with me, Coach Montgomery.
Me, Coach Philip.
And me, Coach Berisford. As ever, we welcome drop-ins, so email us at specialpickleballservice@gmail.com.
Aye.
This week, we're chatting coaching. Why get coaching in the first place? Tips and ideas on choosing the right coach for you. How to get the best out of your coach, and what drives us to be a coach in the first place. Plus, discoveries from Philip's DUPA rating event this week. Sounds exciting.
I did go to Sonoma. That was recommended by Berisford himself.
Wait a minute, where's Sonoma?
Sonoma is, everyone must know where Sonoma is, isn't it? No, Sonoma's up near in wine country towards Napa.
Oh, it's that way.
Yeah.
So it's Sonora that's down that way.
Yeah.
Right.
No, yeah, Sonoma.
Which has the racetrack?
Wine country.
Sonoma.
Sonoma does it?
Is it?
I didn't see a
Okay.
racetrack there.
Yeah, it's on the outskirts of Sonoma.
Okay.
As you're leaving. And it's like one of these crazy... It's not quite... is it NASCAR?
No.
It's not NASCAR.
So they
it's
have
like,
the corkscrew there at Sonoma, the racetrack?
Yeah.
Can you rent a car and go on that?
I would think so.
Let's have a look at that then.
Lots of muscle car. It's weird because you're in wine country, which is sort of basically Chelsea tractors, Range Rovers, that kind of stuff. But it's full of like muscle cars and things on their way to the racetrack.
Well, Grand Tour or Top Gear have been there, done some stuff at Sonoma racetrack.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
That's interesting. Well,
what were you doing then?
We went to Sonoma. We were meeting friends who were members of this lovely place called Scribe, which is a vineyard, but it's also very cool, very Ibiza vibe. If you haven't been to Ibiza, everything there is very cool. You know, white farmhouses with umbrellas and canopies and fantastic food. And the thing about the Scribe was the food was just amazing, absolutely amazing. And each drop that we got was fantastic. Sometimes you go to vineyards and there's some of the wine's a bit dodgy and you don't want to say anything.
Do you actually enjoy wine tasting?
What, you mean spitting it out? No. That's another. Sorry. Anyway, no, I don't like swilling it around my mouth and spitting it out, but I do enjoy drinking wine, obviously.
You enjoy drinking, but do you find it quite tedious? Like they give these tiny little measures, then they bugger off for about 5-10 minutes.
And then they bring back another one.
Yeah, another tiny little one, you just neck that and you go, I'm just kind of getting a bit bored. I'd be much happier sitting with
just having a bottle.
A bottle, yeah. And sharing that.
Yeah, it is a bit tedious, I suppose. But they gave us like 3 or 4 fantastic wines.
And they also, at Scribe, they give you really good measures, don't they? So
they do, that was the thing. They gave us good measures.
Yeah. And the weather's fantastic, and they've always got like a guest chef. And I think they grow their own food there as well.
They do.
So you get really delicious kind of crunchy salads.
Yeah. Where do the guest chefs go? Because the chef we had, whoever he was amazing. I mean, the trout pate or whatever it was called was amazing.
They vary. I mean, they've come sometimes from California, sometimes from New York. And they often come with their own book as well, so you can get book signings and that. We've done that a few times. But
well, conversely, the night before in Sonoma, we ventured into Sonoma, which is a weird, strange place. Seems to be full of hen nights. There's loads of women just wandering around pissed.
It's wine.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Wine country.
And it's got a very strange Irish bar there as well, which I went to. Good pint of Guinness, but they had some proper hick band there playing, stamping their feet, and old people dancing. It was very, very odd. It was very sort of Wicker Man. Anyway, that's my weekend in Sonoma, which was lovely, absolutely lovely.
Good for you.
How about you, Phil? What'd you get up to?
Did not go wine tasting. It's not really my thing. I've only ever been once.
What?
Yeah, I don't drink wine. I don't like wine.
You don't really drink much at all, do you?
No, I don't drink wine or beer.
You like cider?
I do like a bit of cider. That'd be right.
From that
yeah.
part of the country.
Well, I grew up around cider orchards, so I definitely like a little bit of that. And no, because I've only sort of started enjoying a little bit of alcohol in the last few years. Before that,
Really?
25 years.
I thought you were the other way. I
drinking.
thought you were a recovering alcoholic. That's why you don't drink now.
No.
Oh,
no,
right, okay.
No. I'm trying to be. So I did do it once. I went up to Healdsburg and
That's
did
lovely.
wine
It's just a
tasting
bit
up
further
there
up.
in a stretch limo, with a few friends and that. So I actually really enjoyed the event. I didn't enjoy drinking the
You
wine
went
as
up
much.
there in a stretch limo?
No.
Oh, right, I was going to say that'd be nice.
We got there and then we got the stretch limo for the day or 2 days,
Right.
and that took us around, which was really super fun. And I liked going from vineyard to vineyard, but it's not something I...
Hillsboro's nice. It's a little bit twee. It's a little bit
Yeah.
sort of... Don't you think? It's a little bit...
I quite liked it.
No, it's a nice place.
Yeah.
The nicest of the lot. I mean, the worst is Napa. That's, in my opinion, the worst place.
I haven't been there yet.
It's soulless. It's completely
sure?
soulless.
Okay.
It's really a weird place.
Okay.
Hillsburg isn't soulless.
No, Hillsborough's lovely.
It's where my show
it's a little
is.
bit twee, but yes, where your show is.
It's where my current art show is.
Is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
Little Saint. If you're up there,
Just
go to
there
Little
that one
Saint.
time, but yeah, Little Saint is the place.
Is the place where I've got my art up at the moment.
It's a vegan
Comes down-
restaurant.
It's a vegan restaurant that, I mean, they don't tell you it's vegan, but they'll serve like what
They don't tell you it's vegan, blimey.
Yeah,
You
and
must-
then you kind of get the sense that it is vegan very
when it
quickly.
tastes like
but-
cardboard, yeah.
No, it doesn't. The food is stunning and it looks beautiful, and the wine is amazing as well. It's an incredible experience.
Awesome.
Love it.
Well,
You saw Beck there, didn't you?
No, Beck was on there.
you
I didn't
weren't
actually
there?
go and see it, but my
Oh,
art
right.
is behind Beck as he's performing, which is pretty cool.
Oh right, I thought you were there. That must have been pretty cool.
So you were asking what I was doing. I just remembered something I did that does slightly involve pickleball, but
Good
not
Lord.
in the way we were going to talk about it. In that at the weekend, our mutual friend, had a wedding anniversary party. So we went to Marshall and Susan's for their wedding anniversary party, and my band, my small band, my acoustic duo, Phil and Rob.
Oh, you played?
Yeah, we played at the
Oh, right,
party.
did you?
So I was
We're
surrounded
not
by.
going to invite him for his charisma and party.
Right. Oh, God, you.
Yeah, I wasn't invited to the party. I was invited as
Right.
entertainment for the party.
Yeah.
And so it was really nice.
You're the talent.
Right,
in the
yeah.
corner, yeah.
Yes.
Just don't talk to the talent.
Yeah, or don't talk to
Don't-
anybody.
definitely don't.
Did you have any riders?
No,
Not like
no,
blue M&Ms
not really.
or anything, no?
No, we didn't have any of that. But
trailer.
it was so great to be there singing and recognizing all of these people out there. And then, were you there when we did like Satisfaction? Are you gone?
I think I bailed by then.
So I got my wireless mic and I'm out, so I can get away from the sitting down on the stool.
You weren't crooning in the crowd.
I was in the crowd. I had Ujjal singing. I had Julie singing.
must have been quite
but
funny.
then the funniest thing was yesterday. I hope she doesn't mind me saying this. But yesterday we were on the court playing. I think you were there, and this person was on the other, who was at the party, was playing the next one. She came up to me. She went, "I've got so many bruises. High up here." I'm going, okay. She went, "The tambourine when you were doing Satisfaction." She said, "I hit myself with that tambourine so many times," because she was hitting me as well, and then hitting herself. There was two of them up there playing the tambourines, and they hit so hard. See all this
Yeah.
bruising on her back.
Self-harming through a
So
tambourine.
that's the first time I've heard it called a tambourine. I must say.
I don't want to blow smoke up your ass because you don't need that, but you are really good and you're very
Thank you.
talented and your voice is really good as well. And I'm hoping. Well, my kids are coming down to mock you later. They can't wait to see it. And I said, you're not gonna believe it, and you're gonna be really surprised. But we're
They're back, are you? They're your kids?
They go back to university.
Oh, they're not back yet, right?
They go back next week.
Oh, okay.
Jack the week after. So I was at that party, and
Yes.
I've got a question for you two
Yeah.
about the way I talk. I sat next to a New Yorker, and I was talking to her for 5 minutes, and word for word, you'll have to delete one of these words, but she said, "Hey, can you slow the down? I can't hear a fucking word you're saying." And I was like,
That's
"What?"
nice.
She said, "Are you on coke? Did you do speed before you came up here or something?" I was really surprised. I thought I'm usually quite.
Did you know this woman, or she was
Never
being
met her.
sarcastic?
No, never met her.
She was being ironic, though, was
No,
she? Or not?
she-
No,
she
was
I'd
being
met her
serious.
earlier in the evening when she was one of the first people to arrive. So I had a quick
That's
chat
quite
with her.
rude, isn't it?
And
It's
she's,
New York.
but she's New York. She's like,
She's
Even
direct.
so.
very direct.
No, she
If she
probably
didn't
just
know you-
She didn't know me. She probably could sense that I could take that sort of level
Yeah.
of criticism, but I haven't heard that. But when I moved to America, I was expecting, God, you sound like Richard Burton or maybe Roger Moore or something. But I keep getting this as well. I keep getting, you sound like Peppa Pig's dad.
I love watching telly.
Compare it on the podcast.
It's
Well, don't
genuinely
worry, I'll
hurt
stick it
my
up there.
feelings. This has. I was thinking.
I'd say Matt Berry more than Matt Berry.
Well,
Toast of London. If you've never seen Toast of London, look it up now.
No,
one of the best
no,
TV series ever.
Maybe the Flight of the Conchords the fella in Flight of the Conchords. That's
Possibly.
who he sounds and looks like, apart from the accent, the Australian accent.
30th.
30th wedding
That's
anniversary.
amazing, isn't it?
Fantastic.
You get less for terrorism these days.
Less for murder.
Yeah.
But they are sort of one of the most unique couples that I've met because they literally do everything together. So they look after their parents together, they look after the family, they play pickleball together. There's never a rift, never an argument.
Amazing.
Ride the bikes.
ride their bikes together. No, I've never seen two people enjoy each other's company or feel as comfortable in each other's company as those two. They're lovely.
Lovely.
They must have an argument now and again.
Must have.
Behind closed doors, surely.
Yeah, they
But I don't think,
scream at each other.
But I don't think he's the sort of. So we're reversing into a gap parking.
Right.
They took. So I went up to Mountain Winery with them this week. We saw Buddy Guy. It was awesome. We're reversing in, and Susan was like, sweetie, maybe you're gonna miss sweetie, and she was over his shoulder, and I said this would be warfare between Jules and I at this point, and Marshall said, well, to be fair, she's right.
Yeah.
So lovely.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. St. Madison, she'd be going, what the are you doing?
Yeah. Jules just hit me.
That's tremendous.
Anyway,
Before we
happily married
digress
couples.
way too much, why should people get coaching in the first place? I have to confess, I've never actually been on a coaching course, which makes me wonder why I'm qualified to coach at all. But I found that I've just evolved my game by playing with people that are better. So why do you think why should people get coaching in the first place? Why should they bother?
Well, can I just ask you, you on the same coaching course as me?
Yeah.
What were the name? They give you a white cap.
What's the name of it? Did you
Yeah.
say? Or why did they give you a white cap?
No, what was the name of them? I can't remember.
PPR?
PPR, that's right. What did you think of that coaching course? It was very casual, wasn't it? They want you to pass.
Yeah.
You'd have to be an absolute idiot.
That
not
we
to
did.
pass.
They did have somebody on there that they failed
right
on my
okay.
course,
Yeah.
and it was a second time taking it.
Oh my god.
It's really not.
How bad can they be?
Yeah, it was really not the right sport for her.
It's like passing a driving test here. It is so ridiculously easy. They want you to drive, and I think they want you to pickleball coach. They make it quite easy. They give you lots of stuff to read, and on the actual day, you don't have to actually do any of that, do you?
Yeah, although I was reasonably impressed with the quality of the other people that were on the course I was on. So it seemed to be attracting the right type of people, apart from that one. And she didn't pass, so I felt good about that as well. If she'd have passed, I thought, seriously, what are they doing?
Yeah, true.
So I felt okay about it.
So you like the fact that she didn't pass? That's not right.
Yeah.
It's Schadenfreude. You found pleasure in her passing, not passing. I'm joking. Go on. Carry
okay. Anyway, so so I had a couple of years of playing, then went and did the coaching course. But I'm a coach already, in other sports, in soccer and physical training and a few other things, some music things. So it was easier for me, I think, to adapt to going into pickleball coaching.
But why then do you think that people should get coaching? What's the motivation? Why do you think people should?
So I run clinics each week for complete beginners to learn how to just play the sport. So I think that has been really good. I think people that see it and see the sport, walk by and think, oh, I think I might like that, but have no idea and or feel a bit intimidated. An hour of coaching can make a huge difference. They're not going to be able to possibly attend a beginner or a intermediate open play, but they might within a couple of weeks be able to go on to a beginner open play thing.
So if you've never played before, joining a group would you go into private coaching, or do you think groups? What do you think will work better?
I think groups initially. I prefer actually teaching groups because it can become a game. When you're coaching one-on-one, once you've finished doing the drills and helping them, you can't get that person to experience actually what the game really is all about. What we think of it as is 4 people playing, and all the essence of the game is there. You can't do that when you're coaching one-on-one. So that's why I like the clinics where there's at least 3
But you
or 4
teach
people.
beginners, don't you?
I do. So
And
people that have
you
never
teach
played.
beginners mainly.
Yeah.
That must be a lot easier than teaching someone who's like a 3.5 or a 4. It must be.
No, I like
Is it
that
or
as
not?
well, because then you don't need to be in a group setting. Then you can do one-on-one, because all you're doing is repeatedly doing the same motion pretty much for them to get that muscle memory and to practice it. So if they're wanting balls fired at them at the net because they keep putting them into the net, they volley them into the net instead of getting them back over. If you hit 200 balls at them over the course of 15 to 20 minutes, then you can coach them as they're doing it, and they're going to get better at that
Maybe
skill.
I should do that with you then. I always do that. I always put in the net. I don't know.
We may
quite,
need it more of the.
I don't
more
know
than
quite how I
200,
do it.
but yeah.
Yeah, it's easier to actually put it on the other side of the court than it is in the net. I manage to do it so often. It's so irritating.
So individually improving somebody's level when they're in the threes, I think it's okay if you or they know what it is they need to improve.
Yeah. It's more difficult to spot what they need to improve. I suppose.
Yeah, because people come up to you, unless you've been playing with them, it's hard to tell what they need improve. They either have to tell you, or I have gone and somebody said, can you come and watch me play so that when I see you next week you have a bit more of an idea. And now other people have sent me videos of them playing a little bit, so I've sort of got to do that.
So why do we bother coaching? I mean, what does it make us unique individuals? Are we giving people?
I figured it out.
Have you?
Yeah. What do you know? The one thing that links all of us. I mean, other than the fact
that we're English
and whatever. The thing that links us all is that we're all creative. So you're a musician,
really?
you're a filmmaker, okay. I'm a painter. And I think creativity is quite important in being a coach, because I don't think there is a formula. And what I've discovered is, and it was particularly evident in my coaching this morning, I had an hours group. One person was 85, very relatively immobile. One person couldn't hit the ball at all. Just couldn't actually connect paddle with the ball. And then there were some people that are pretty good, some ex-tennis players. So I quickly have to think on my feet. So I have a bit of a program in terms of this is how I'm going to teach. But once I realise that some people are just simply stratospherically different to the quality of the other player, I have to think, well, I've got 2 courts. This is how I'm going to do this. This is how I'm going to set it up. So you have to think on your feet a lot. Yeah. And also you have to, I think what creatives are good at is identifying problems and solving them. So I think we're problem solving people. And I can look at a player and quite quickly understand what it is that's giving them a fundamental issue. And it could be just a tiny tweak. So for example, the grip. If they're classic sort of Western grip, for example, from tennis, and then just turning the paddle in their hand just a little bit to create more topspin, and then just swing it the same way, but just by holding it differently. Yeah. So I'm able to see the opportunity in people to improve them, and as I say, the biggest use of my creativity is just splitting the group up in terms of capabilities and thinking on my feet. So I think the thing that unites us is that we're all creative.
I never thought about that. Oh, that's interesting.
It was a bit of an epiphany the other day, actually.
Well, because creative people can be all over the place as well, so can't they? Not organised at all.
But so if you're making a film, so I would imagine that yes, you might be slightly disorganised. But if you're making a film, you're meticulous. If I'm making a painting, I'm meticulous in my process. If you're creating a song, or if you're writing a song, or at least performing an existing song, you have to be meticulous in the way that you put it together. Yeah.
So listen, I mean, you say I overthink things. If you're making a film, you have to think all the time what possibly could go wrong. All the time. Yeah, so it's called the I can blurt this out. It's called the fuck up fairy. Yeah. If you don't organise, the fuck up fairy will arrive and spoil everything. So you do have to be forward planning and meticulous when you do something like a film.
Yeah. So then sort of looked at the other things that maybe people should be looking at when they want coaching, is to be, and this will tie into your DUPA rating thing, Philip, that is to really be realistic about what level they are. So we offer 3 levels with Los Castle Saratoga. One is never played pickle before, so just introduction to pickleball. Then there's advanced beginners. Then there's intermediate. So in this morning session I had advanced beginner. Someone turn up for advanced and never played pickleball before ever. They've never picked up a paddle. Turns out they're a tennis player and they actually end up pretty much right at the top. But I do get a lot of people that come to intermediate.
A little bit arrogant, isn't it? A little bit.
They say
timing,
is, isn't it? No, they just say, well, the 9 o'clock session was full, so I went for the 11 o'clock session. Yeah. And
just a bit presumptuous, though, isn't it, to assume that you're going to be good because you were good at tennis.
No, it's just that they're just coming to play pickleball. They don't really think about it. And I don't think that what we're doing as a company necessarily is signposting really where you should be. And also, if you're 85, how are you going to move? So how does that one person positively or negatively impact the group in terms of gameplay and getting out? Because I know that I'm going to be running for that person, so I put a disproportionate amount of time into someone that might be less mobile than someone that isn't, for example.
Sure.
And I also pick on people that I know that are good and spend less time with them and say, right, you're running this court as I go off and run this one, so I can get these guys up to a level where it's competitive for everyone.
I mean, getting back to your creativity and being coaching, I was just thinking about that, and maybe it's not so much creativity. I'm sure it is. It's about wanting to nurture people, and that's an unselfish attitude. So I think all three of us are fairly unselfish people, and I've always done that in my work as well. I've always loved to nurture talent, bring them through like a grader or a producer or whatever. It gives you so much satisfaction to see someone improve, like your children, for instance, as well. To see your children improve over the years, you take more satisfaction in that than anything, don't you? So I think it's wanting to nurture people that makes you wanting to be a coach.
Yeah, and I get an awful lot of satisfaction out of that. I mean, I'm definitely not a coach for the money that I make with Los Gatos Saratoga, but I absolutely get such a big reward out of and meeting people in the street or meeting people on the court. Hey, Coach Berry, how you going? You know, and they just.
Do you think people go, English, what the hell does he know? Do you think they ever think that?
No,
because it's not even a very big sport in England. So
no, but this is the accent thing, isn't it? There's often this sort of misconception that because you're English and speak with confidence or
they think we're more intelligent.
They think we're more intelligent,
and generally
they know.
They're right. They're right. No, they do. They assume we know what we're talking about. We're intelligent. It's not necessarily the case.
Well, very rarely the case, certainly with us.
When you do your coaching, though, you are coaching and then the people leave, right? So you don't really see them.
So that's
my point is that when I bring them up through learning the sport, and then I get to see them come to the courts and play either in the mixer or on their own courts, and then I see over the course of the next few months their skills evolving, and then they want to come back and have a little bit of an update and things like that, and a couple more lessons. So it's probably what you probably don't see that as much with your people because you're not as visible.
Well, they come back the following week, though, don't they? It's not just a 1 week course.
So we do courses, so it's 5 or 6 weeks. So you can definitely plot their progress over that course of time. The other thing that I do is, all the coaches, they go to the league events. So you can watch the group of players that you coach, and then see how they get on in a beginners league or the intermediate league or whatever. So you I stand there and watch it, and sometimes sort of I referee them or whatever, so that there's so they get to see a bit of the coaching outside of that as well. So they get a bit of a sense of like what's their progress, and then they look at me in absolute horror when they're doing that thing again that I was trying to get them not to do. So
have you noticed that as a coach, when you walk by a group of people that know you, they all suddenly start to tension up and their play is not as good as it was when you weren't around. It's quite like white coat effect sort of thing.
It is weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I think then, so my advice to anybody listening here is that definitely do, if you can, do a course where you do it in the evenings or in the daytime when I coach or whatever. Do one course, then go out into the pickleball wilds. So that's how I describe it. I get them ready for the pickleball wilds and go and play in a league, and then go and play an open play, and then maybe come back in a while. So, and also the other thing is that I see you coaching individuals an awful lot more than I coach. I get often asked to do privates, and no thanks, it's not really my thing. I don't get as much satisfaction out of it, but I love them just playing casually with these people and just having a knock up or whatever. So it sort of answers our question really about what drives us to be a coach, because you said we're sort of creative people and nurturing and all that kind of stuff. But how do you think we should get? What advice would you two give about getting the best out of your coach?
Getting the best out of your coach.
Yeah. So
I guess they've got to think of their weaknesses and tell the coach about their weaknesses, or they perceive them to be. My backhand's no good, or my serve's no good. Work on that, I suppose.
So I get some people that come to me that know what they want to improve, and they and one-on-one is helpful for them. But then other times they say, you know what, I'd rather you helped me in a game situation. So then they bring 2 other people with them, and we play as a foursome, and then we stop and start. So it's nice that they recognize that the coach is adaptable and is not just doing one thing with them, just skills and drills. But that starting stopping when you're playing is really fun.
It is.
Yeah.
It's and it's helpful. You know, you go over a point, you go over it and over it and over it. You know, let's redo that because you need you coming up quicker or whatever it is.
It's the same in soccer ball coaching, isn't it? It's like freeze.
Yeah, right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah,
Take
yeah.
a knee.
Yeah, have a look
and
around.
let's talk about
Why
this.
are you there? Why are you not there?
Yes.
It's different in football, obviously,
But
but
still,
you know, it's the same
the
thing.
principle's the
Freezing.
same.
Yeah.
I do that. I took that from rugby actually, and just said, right, stop, self-diagnosis. What happened there? Why did you do that? And then what I've realised is getting them to understand what they've done rather than you tell them what they've done is way more effective.
Yes.
'Cause
When you
it's
start with them,
risk.
do you sort of go, right, just knock it backwards and forwards? I'll have a look at you.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Let's have a look at you.
That's what I do.
Yeah,
Just that's,
and they don't know the rules or anything. Just knock it backwards and forwards. Yeah.
and just see whether you've got hand-eye coordination. I often get people that come and say, I want to play, but I have no hand-eye coordination. So I throw them a ball, and if they catch it, I go, we have hand-eye
So
coordination.
you don't get them to run around the outside of the field like we used to have to before everything we did when we were kids
No,
at
no,
school.
until you're
The
exhausted.
beginning was like, okay, everyone run around the perimeter, 3 times, and that's your warm
I'll
up.
tell you what I've started doing now is that I've encouraged people to come prepared, and that means maybe you're a bit warm, maybe you've stretched a little bit, and also you've got the right equipment, and that starts with the shoes. The wrong shoes is I get people turning up in running shoes, and I say, look, next week you're going to need court shoes, so go in and get some tennis shoes from somewhere or whatever, but that's dangerous.
Oh, yeah, you
you
go
won't.
over on your ankle easy
Yeah,
in running shoes.
Totally. So definitely a big tip there, come with the right equipment and come prepared. And also if you've got an hour's session, it's better to have done your warm-up before you get onto the court. And I don't mean just doing a little bit of dinking as per your fitness videos, but just loosening the shoulders, the hips, stretching muscles, that kind of stuff, stretching your legs, particularly your hamstrings. Getting all that done before you get on court is really useful, I think.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm thinking about the shoe thing though, because is it better to have people just enjoy the sport and whatever they can wear, as opposed to have them go off and purchase something?
I suppose, yeah,
else?
before they get too.
I mean, we
deep.
live in affluent areas. There's no problem for the people we're coaching really to do that, or they probably have 8 pairs of trainers, so they can just go and grab them.
Yeah, just don't turn up if you're crap in all the gigs. You're like kit wanker.
I mean, flip flops and things like that, obviously. But it's I think it's when you get to a little bit playing a game more often.
That's true.
footwear
Every
risks.
injury I've seen, someone has slipped over wearing running shoes. Every injury. Wrong shoes is such a big no-no, I think.
Yeah.
So I think we do put it out on the website, or when people sign up, make sure you just got a pair of. It doesn't matter. It don't need to be a big brand, but whatever.
So not running shoes, like trainers, like some Adidas Gazelles or something, would be much better than a
Funnily
pair
enough,
of
yeah.
Yeah,
You
they
want
would be.
something
Yeah.
that has some sideways stability. So
Yes.
running is this movement, and our sport is all over the place.
Yeah.
So you want something that's flatter,
Yeah.
a little bit wider,
Yeah.
has some stability
Yeah.
on the side.
Support on the
Do you remember,
Achilles.
Catherine used to show up with these shoes
yeah,
that looked
yeah.
like there were springs inside them, and they
Right.
were so bouncy.
Catherine
but they were
from Welsh Wales.
Welsh Witch.
Welsh Wales.
And it was just.
Yeah.
But she could jump high in them, which was the funny thing. But,
Very springy.
But they seem so
She needs all the
dangerous.
help she can get when she goes higher.
But she really
$6 million man.
I think they look cool as well. So it took a while to. So I've seen people wearing those for a long time, and then eventually
But you're
they
right.
move
Yeah.
into.
And they might not
rec
even
pair.
like pickleball. They
It's
might
like-
have 2 games and they bought some
Exactly.
expensive shoes.
This guy showed up
and
last
they hate
week.
it. You know.
This guy showed up last week with like the regular old paddle everyone gets, the $25,
From
2
Amazon.
paddles in
Yeah.
a bag with indoor balls
Other
in there.
online services
and then
are not
he's putting
available.
them out, and I went, oh.
Yeah.
Like really snobby. I thought, what am I doing?
Yeah.
I went, you might want to get one. He said, I don't even know if I like this sport.
Do you,
yet.
do you ask people to bring paddles, or do you have paddles
So
available?
people always come with their paddles.
They do
But
come
what
with
I
paddles.
do is and you're right, people start playing with the wooden paddle or something they found off Amazon.
Well, they will,
for 10.
won't they? Because they're not sure if they like it or
They
not.
do, but I said it's really weird. So skiing, right? They don't
They don't give you a pair of old wooden 1950 skis, do they?
Precisely. They
Yeah,
give you
true.
equipment that's going to make get the best out of you. And so what I do is I have all my old paddles and a couple of spare ones.
True.
And so people that I've just broken another one, so it's not the one I broke the other day, funnily enough. So it's not performing at its best. But I say just just try this.
Yeah.
That would be
Just try
funny in
this.
skiing, though. They just said they gave you an old pair of
Wooden skis.
1940s wooden skis. We're not sure if you're going to like it or not, so that you break your leg. No, I definitely don't like this.
Well, this is an extreme example, but the analogy's correct, right? If you have a paddle that's wood that's going to hit everything out all the time, you're going to think that it's you that's rubbish.
Yeah.
Actually, and I just take it out of their hands. Say, try that, and then just see how you get on.
Now I hear on the grapevine. Sorry, you have got a new paddle.
Yeah, very, very, very sexy one.
And
as
how
well.
how do you like it?
I picked it up, and it is odd. I wasn't fond of the graphic design. I loved the outer, and I had this. It has a sort of.
You went for the pink one rather than the grey one.
Yeah.
It's slightly thinner, isn't it?
No, there's a 16 and a 14 millimeter.
Oh, okay.
But the performance is outstanding.
Yeah,
it's like it handles like a blade.
It matches your lipstick as well.
I
It matches-
had to go on one of these, and you have to chop it, otherwise it just pings off the court.
No,
It's so
I
powerful.
think it has got the power, but it's got the 16, and that's something else to know. 16 is about control, 14 is about power.
Right. Okay.
So the slightly thinner one's more about power. This one's much more about control. I don't struggle for power. I struggle for control and placement. And the surface is amazing, and I think it's designed by some sort of engineer or something. I haven't got the full intel on.
It's
on them.
titanium, isn't it?
That's the big difference, which is incredible. So it makes a profound difference if you get the right paddle for you.
And just to point out, we're not sponsored by Aereo, but
No.
we should be.
Yeah, probably now.
Yeah.
But it's a gorgeous product, and
Yeah, I think I'm going to get one of those.
you have to, and you'll see half the Bay Club have them at the moment as well.
Yeah, I
so
know.
they're obviously doing something right. So your DUPA rating event, what was that like? Why did you do it in the first place?
So I've been doing these for a few weeks now because I've been testing out the Pickleheads app. They do a lot of coaching videos. They have these newsletters, and they seem to do well at going out and doing partnerships with pickleball clubs, and they host events and things. So they reached out to me a few months ago, and I didn't know much about them then. But anyway, I've started using their pickleball app, so Pickleheads app, to run events. So to begin with, I did it with a group of people that I knew, 8 people, and I used their app to do a round robin where you switched up every time. I got a different partner and just tested it out, and it worked out really well. And what I could also do at the same time is have everyone put their DUPA score at the end of each game into their DUPA app, the DUPA app as well. DUPA being the, what do we say it was, dynamic universal pickable rating.
Yeah.
So why do Pickleheads want? What benefit do they get about DUPA ratings and stuff?
So DUPA is just the system of rating people. Pickleheads is, they will get income from advertising and from people subscribing to their newsletters and all that sort of thing.
So they're a general app about pickleball, newsletters, training videos, all that sort of thing.
That's
all in
the
one place.
website, yeah. But the app is particularly good at running
Is it? Okay.
round robins and tournaments and things like that, because I'll be doing those for the club. So
Keeps
I
the
wanted
score and that kind of stuff.
a little bit like, but also like, so there's loads of different ways you can run a round robin tournament with 8 or 12 or 16 people. And so the one we tried yesterday was called Cream of the Crop, whereas it's seeded, so I had to seed everyone because some of their DUPA ratings weren't correct. Some people who I felt was more like a 2.5 had a 3.7 rating and things like that. So because they haven't played very often, they might have played one time, played against somebody that was much higher and performed a lot better than they probably should have, and therefore their rating was particularly high, but just off a couple of games. Anyway, so I seeded everyone, and then it's like having a top court, so that the guys at the top, if you win, you keep staying there. And then the guys at the bottom court, if they keep losing, they keep staying there. But the people between them keep swapping around.
Yeah.
So that's how it worked. I wouldn't choose to do that one again, that particular one, because it was just too static for just 12 people. We just didn't move enough in it. I didn't move courts at all. I don't think Howard moved one time, and there's probably 2.
And then we
people
ended up
in the
going
other
back
one.
to our first game. Didn't
Something
we?
weird happened
Something
in
weird
it,
happened,
yeah. So anyway, and also, but the cool thing is that you're supposed to be able to click the button at the end, and it will send all of the ratings from Pickleheads to DUPA and automatically populate it.
That could be better. The DUPA ad. I
DUPA
think.
one's not great. It's a bit dated.
It's
Didn't
it
it
is,
tell
yeah.
you that you were disabled the other day?
Oh, yeah,
It's
what's
a
that
poor
about?
choice of words, I thought. But
It was a bit mean. I mean, I looked at my DUPA rating and it said just put straight on the front disabled in big letters.
No, player
Yeah,
disabled.
and I thought that's a bit mean.
yeah.
I wasn't that bad. It turns out I put the wrong email address in, but yeah. But we have only got about 5 minutes left.
Well, I tell you what, though, we've got a great question from Udal in Los Gatos. He said,
Or U-Haul, as he
U-Haul.
said. He has been
called
He has
U-Haul.
been called
love
U-Haul
that.
recently, which now shall be his name from now
Okay,
on.
this is from U-Haul in Los Gatos.
Awesome.
What is a hybrid drop shot? When is it best used? What tips can you provide to perfect it? Now, I want to know what a hybrid drop shot is in the first place. So I'm going to have to defer to Coach Philip because he's going to know what a hybrid drop shot
no
is.
idea
Drop shot.
either.
So
Go on, tell us.
hybrid drop. So a regular drop shot is where you are hitting the ball from somewhere in the court, but normally further back, halfway or at the baseline, and you are making the ball do an arc so that it just drops over the net and drops into the kitchen.
Yeah.
And therefore, it's not attackable by your opponents. So it's a way of getting yourself out of a sticky
So
situation.
hitting it high.
Not too high. It's not. It doesn't. It just drops over the net, and it doesn't. If you hit it high, it's going to bounce really high,
Yeah.
and then they'll smash it. So it's not that.
Just
It's a
drops
low,
over the
so
net,
it's
so
just
the other
drop over.
person's
That's
got
a-
to
that's a
flick it
drop
up.
shot.
Yeah, that's a drop shot. And
Right, okay.
A hybrid drop shot.
so a hybrid drop shot is when you add more power
Right.
to your drop shot. So you're actually trying to get the ball to spin off the ground when you hit it, and actually put your opponents in a position where they're not expecting it to be as fast
Right.
as you do it. So it's sort of between a drive and a drop. A hybrid drop shot. It's between a drive and a drop. If you put
It's
a lot of top spin,
a drive in the kitchen. rather than
drive where
outside.
you're trying to drop it in the kitchen, put a lot of top
What's it
spin
called,
on it.
hybrid? That's interesting.
Well, it's just somewhere between drive and drop.
Okay.
But
yeah.
Why? Yeah, that seems like an odd thing to say. Do you think in pickleball they're getting guilty now of just overcomplicating it and having too many apps, names, and words and changes
I
of
think
shots
so,
and
yeah.
styles of play and whatever?
And
Yeah.
also the same word is used for a lot of
Yeah.
different word is used for the same move. Like this morning, I was reading about what was he calling it? A roll shot. Is that what it was? I can't
Roll
remember now.
with it. Oasis.
Yes.
Yes.
An Oasis shot.
Thank
And
you for
that'd
that.
be much better, wouldn't it? An Oasis shot.
An Oasis shot.
Yeah.
Well, so the guy was saying, if you want to do this, a volley roll. So if you want to do a volley roll, which sounds like something you get for sushi, right?
Yeah.
You do a top spin. It's sort of like a top spin backhand near the net, where you're trying to get over it. So it's that action, right? A volley roll. Get over the top of it. A lot of top spin, hits the ground, spins off low when it hits the ground.
Right.
Hard for somebody to get back. But he was saying that it's hard to perfect that. Why are so many people trying to perfect that motion? They see the top players do it, Ben Johns and I forgot the lady's name now. They see them do it and they think, oh, it's fantastic, and but it takes a long time to get it. Why not just perfect your straight volley?
It's the same in our football team. You speak to some players who clearly have no idea how to play football, and they go, "But that's what they do in the Premier League." It's like, what?
You don't practice enough.
do the basics
Right, yeah.
first. Get that right first. But is that a good answer for you, Hall?
I don't know whether that is entirely a great answer. I mean, I think it comes from grip, U-Haul. I think that if you've got your grip right, and in your case, you definitely have no problem driving the ball. But I think it's creating enough top spin on it, which is all about the grip, and therefore not hitting it flat, but
It's a
hitting it
powerful
like
drop shot. It's not a looping drop shot. It's
Yes.
a powerful drop shot,
Yes.
which is more difficult
Which
to
is
do, obviously. So you
very,
have to get
very
the angle
difficult.
right.
And
don't
also,
you?
the other thing is leading with a bent knee, right?
Really?
Coaches will, bend that
Okay.
knee, bend the
I
lead
guess,
knee,
yeah,
so it's
that
a
makes-
forehand
that
or
makes sense.
backhand. Because what that does is it enables you to put on the power, but it just keeps that ball nice and low. I was doing that all the time today. That was awesome.
Have we got enough time for another quick question from me?
Go on then.
We were practicing today drills. We were practicing drop shot on the third shot.
Yes.
Now apparently it's now the fifth shot. I've been told. Is that a thing? Has it gone from
Fifth
the
shot drop.
fifth shot drop rather than third shot drop?
So third shot drop was.
That's what I always. That's the
has
old. That's
been
the old
the
school.
thing in
is
the
it?
old. In the
really,
old days,
in the old
it
days, about a
the
year ago,
Third,
it was like,
third shot
sorry.
drop. So you serve it.
Yeah.
It gets returned, and then the next one was in the past
Third shot
a
drop.
drop. We
Yeah.
do the drop shot because you're at the back most likely, so you just drop it over. Gives you time to come up.
Yeah.
But then they started saying, you know what? Actually, it's better to do a third shot drive.
So hit it long again.
Push it right back.
Right.
Push it back and to come up.
Because you've served, haven't you?
Yes.
And you've got the shot back. So they should have already come up. So hitting
Yes.
it long, they'll just be at the net.
Well, but they are saying you should be driving it at them so that they pop it up.
Right, okay.
Or if they haven't already come forward.
Okay.
I from then on, I think you play a drop shot when you need to play a drop
Right.
shot. I don't think you play it as the fifth or sixth or seventh shot. I think when you need to play the drop because you're under pressure and this is the right shot to get you out of that pressure, then play it.
What did we always say when we were being crushed the other day, right?
We were.
And by two players that should be nowhere near us.
Correct.
And what did we say? So we were, I think we were like 10-4 down or something.
Yeah.
We were about to be properly humiliated.
Yes.
And we said, right, what we're going to do is we're going to play the right shot.
Play the shot. Play the
the
right shot for wherever you're on the court
Yeah.
at that time.
And I think if you do a...
Yeah, but if you don't know what that
consistent-
is, I mean,
Well,
you know,
that's the point, isn't it? About coaching and getting better,
Yeah.
isn't it? It's just like knowing when to choose the right shot. So if you say the fifth shot drop, your opponent's going to know you're going to do a drop shot on that fifth
Yeah.
one. They're just going to be ready for it,
Right.
and they'll respond accordingly. If you can be creative and mix it up and do the right shot for the right moment, then you're laughing.
What happened in that game when we were 10-4 down?
We won 12-10.
we got
Yeah, we sort of saved our blushes a little bit. Spared ourselves.
excellent.
Oh,
Well, on
boy.
that winning note, would you like to?
I would like to.
Go on, you'd like to say something?
So, yes, Who Dinks Wins is broadcast by KCAT TV on Xfinity Channel 15, Los Gatos and Montserrano, and kcat.org, and is a great way to reach a local audience right here in the Bay Area. So if you want to sponsor the show or an episode and help support the Los Gatos community who make the shows, reach out to us at specialpickableservice@gmail.com to find out more. You can follow the show on Apple Podcasts and on YouTube. You can search Who Dinks Wins. Who Dinks Wins. And if you can leave us a rating about this show or about our podcast or a comment, we'd super appreciate it. So thanks
That
a
really
lot.
helps us. Yes, thank you very much.
Cheers.
On y va.
Bye.
Goodbye.